Welcome back. Today we are going to be fixing this little PVC mini statue figure souvenir. It was bought in Malta, so it's pretty unique, and I wanted to see if I could fix it. So I'm starting with the head using a very tiny drill bit. Since the head's not very big, I didn't want to use too big of a drill bit and accidentally bust it or damage it where I couldn't fix it. So there, I drilled it out. I'm going to use a nail as a more support, so it's just not the head glued back to the body. It needs the extra support with a stronger hold. And I'm using liquid gel. It works fine, I found, with this, and I'm just trying to get it in the head and get it set in there so it has time to dry while I work on the rest of the figure. And I say figure, I mean figurine. I'm so used to working on action figures, so figures. So right here, I'm just trying to remove the excess glue from the hand and the shield that was previously re-glued. I found it was actually glued in the wrong area. So just trying to get rid of the old glue to kind of give it a, a cleaner look before I get it reattached. I'm sanding off some rough spots that the residue glue left over before I get it reattached. Also, sanding roughs up the surface a little bit so it gives the glue something to bite down on when I go to re-glue it. So that's also a bonus. Yeah, there was a lot of caked on glue, and here I'm just trying to figure out how the hand was actually set first before it was re-glued, and then I realized I gotta peel off a bunch of old stuff. I decided not to add any supports in the hand. I figured if I used enough glue on the hand, it's going to be resting on top of the shield, so I used glue on that as well. And the shield is glued up against the leg and down into the base, so that should have enough support there that I wasn't too worried about the hand coming off. I mean, if it falls again, it's probably going to break, but I tried to make it pretty durable. So right there, those are my 3 points where I glued the base, the waist part, and then the bottom of the hand where it rests. And this stuff dried pretty quick. Held it on there and for like a minute or two. I sped up some footage and cut some stuff so you weren't sitting there watching me hold it forever, but it dried relatively quick. So same thing with this little hand piece. It's super tiny, but it had residue glue on it. So again, I'm getting rid of the excess glue, trying to get it buffed up a little bit with some sandpaper so it has some, something for the glue to bite down on. Yeah, and then like I said, I used a pretty good amount, not enough to where it just smeared out everywhere and looked messy. I pride myself in trying to make things look neat as possible. So have you guys ever fixed anything like this before? If you have, let me know what your tips were or how you did it. Like I say in all my videos, I'm always curious to see how people do things, and I like to learn. Everybody learns when they watch videos, and I watch videos all the time to try to learn as many things as possible. So right here, I'm adding some extra glue between the hand and the shield because I noticed there was a little gap. So I was kind of trying to fill that little void so it had a little extra support. Like I said, I used a bit of glue, but not enough to make it look messy. Here I am blowing down on it and making sure it's good to go. And I mean, like I said, this stuff dries like super quick. So with this part, I'm getting the head positioned. I use the bottom of the nail to make an indent in the neck so I can Dremel out and try to get it as straight on as possible. It Dremels out quite a bit, so I have enough room in there to put the nail in and glue it after I cut it. So right here, I'm about to trim the nail down, and then I stop and I'm like, wait, no, there's a better way to do this. So I learned a tip from Bill Maru Toy Canics by using a plastic bag with over what you're going to cut, and the little sharp ends don't ping off and get lost or go into somebody's foot or anything like that. It's a good rule of thumb. And that's right, I said Toy Canic. Bill Maru Toy Canics repairs action figures. So if you're a figure collector, figure photographer, or anything like that, he can repair pretty much anything. And he's got a bunch of tip videos and everything else like that on his YouTube. I will link in the description. So give him a follow. You might find something on there that, will help you out. Or he may be able to help you out in repairing something that might have broken. Getting the head reattached to the body with some glue, trying to make sure, I was trying to make sure it was down, down, and I put glue in there, but I don't think I had enough, so I'm adding some more. But I just wanted to see if it was center, if I can straighten it up or anything like that. But yeah, so now the head is getting reattached. So right here, I'm gonna try to add some glue around the neck to give it a little bit more bondage and try to fill up that little bit of a seam. There's a little bit of a gap, so I'm just trying to use the glue to kind of fill that. Now just for some touch-up paints. Black where the glue broke, or the glue was on the hand and the head, or on the neck. Just trying to touch that up a little bit. Hide the glue and the cracks and everything. And with that, I'll let you watch the rest of the video. Again, like, comment, and subscribe. Those all mean the world to me. Still trying to build my subscriber count. Still trying to get it up to 50 so I can start some live videos and go down that path. But for now, we're just going to keep doing what we do. Thanks again, and hope you enjoy.